the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Your brother?
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Khaenri'ah, the wise Roptatyr, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold Rhine-daughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhine-daughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was...
They were once people of great esteem in Khaenri'ah, those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. The 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster, the ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness. Indeed, if they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world. Of course, as I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then what should we do?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
Wait, then our commission here in
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow. So tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. Well, let's go find Dane. Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
The missing person from your commission.
Oh, a young guy?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe...
No, it wasn't a dream. And I'm certain I've never met this person before. I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then!
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they... But why would he do something like...
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning,
What sort of...
that their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way. Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, come with me.
Oh, so you're going to take us to it?
Of course.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up!
Shine down! Ha! Illusion shattered!
Shower me with nice and spicy.
Adventure time!
Boba, get them! Race you!
Let's light it up!
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Adventure time! Adventure time! Hup, hup. Off we go! Shine down!
Out of the frying pan, strike a pose!
Let's light it up!
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism. Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Illusion shattered! Huh?
Time to shine!
Everybody stand!
Boba, get them!
There is no escape! Absurd! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that?
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place. The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer. I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara. Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid.
Did you hear that? It sounded so gentle. Oh, this is weird. What?
Yeah! Off we go!
Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too.
You see, we've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears.
Adventure time!
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered, "Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so...
Off we go! Off we go! Adventure time!
Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order seems...
The Abyss Order? Thank you for your concern.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any... Huh? Well, you know, that's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually.
Ah, I do apologize. At least right now, I can't...
But how is that? Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again? You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first.
Off we go!
Interesting. Field research.
Adventure time!
Someone's gone missing?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? He's around 20 years old.
Oh, I know who you're talking.
Really? You...
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. Then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But, yeah, I just saw him leave the village.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just... Do you think maybe it's not...
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevada, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories. If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing. If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now. No, Bahram still remembers. Time travel is extremely difficult to perform.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else, just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? Good idea! We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Can we try to figure out more about him using what... Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location. If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences. Maybe not. We don't have any way to prove whether certain memories were simply forgotten. No.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the... If the memories included the regular passage of time, like there could be overlap or something. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time, rather...
The color of the sky.
Oh, right!
Come to think of it, every time always passed by really slowly. Even when...
Yep, that has to be it! This is Yeah, that...
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
This version of Atosa.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need.
Another time, huh? Yeah.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Dane's brother. One of... No. Born into You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her, but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world, after all. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing. As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But, as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower-level ability to influence memories, but it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life. That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life. I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make... If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist, in the face of everything they could be planning. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and you remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where that story managed to dispel my fears. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory, and in that memory, I would tell them a story. I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, all that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness. But now, the bedtime story?
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years. The loom of fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yet such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it. You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was, quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the Heavenly Principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribert gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya. Let's think for a second. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened. Wait, really? Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. It's just that, well, the village organized another search, so there we were, searching away. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree out. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Caribert. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is.
Seems like everyone thinks Caribert left the village. Paimon didn't see her in the village.
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I was part of the search party, so honestly, he always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and if Caribert wants me to forget about the time we spent, I relied on him for a lot of things, but... Okay, I'll admit. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without... You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two.
Well, that should be it, right? Oh, right! Weren't you about... A picture?